But we do have Brianna Coston, who is running for La Mesa Spring-Valley School Board. And I want to give her a few minutes to introduce herself and tell us about her campaign and maybe what she needs volunteer-wise. And then if anybody has questions for her, then we can do that as well. And then we'll go into the meet and greet for the Lemon Grove City Council.
Right.
Brianna?
Awesome. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, awesome. Cool. Well, good evening, and thank you for letting me speak today. Sorry for hopping in late. I was running around doing errands. I have a bunch of events this week and needed to get errands done, and they ran late. But yeah, thank you for having me here today. My name is Brianna Coston, and I'm running for La Mesa Spring-Valley School Board and Trustee Area 3. And I am running because I grew up going to schools in the district. My siblings went to schools in the district, and my mom is now an educator in the district. So holds a special place in my heart. I believe that all of our schools in the district should be good quality schools. And I'm running really primarily for the students and for the educators and for the community. So all of our kids should feel safe and secure in their campuses. They should feel, like they have the freedom to discover who they are as young children and grow into their truest selves on campuses. I think that we should be striving for more equity across our different campuses. There shouldn't be differences in good schools and bad schools in the same district. And I think there currently, are some connotations of good schools and bad schools. Like I said, my younger siblings attended schools in the district, and so I saw how the district's priorities began to change during their time in the district. After school clubs began to be cut, the threat to gun violence on campuses became more frequent. And I'm the cisgender straight sister of two siblings in the LGBTQ+ community, and then I've seen inequities that students in that community face, whether it's bullying from other students or from other teachers, unfortunately, or also the lack of inclusive family health. That's one of the big things for me as well. The recent Supreme Court decisions about concealed carry weapons and women's reproductive rights made clear that there's a nationwide attack on our rights and freedoms. And I think that we need to be making sure that, again, our students and our kids are the future. And so they are, feel safe on campuses. Other things back to the inclusive family health curriculum, earlier this summer, the district voted against updating the family health curriculum. It's been out of state compliance since 2019 when there's a law passed that schools need to update to be more inclusive of LGBTQIA+ students, needed to have more just a lot more inclusivity and be more open with that. And the district voted against updating that, which is unfortunate and opens them up to liabilities. The other big reason why I'm running is for the teachers, and juggling the stresses of teaching during COVID-19, fear of gun violence on campus, perpetual budget cuts. Educators are experiencing burnout like never before, which is exacerbated by substitute teaching shortages, and in this district specifically paraprofessional shortages. And so it's in my opinion, it's La Mesa Spring-Valley's school district's duty to their students and to their educators alike to retain quality teachers and to have an adequate substitute teaching pool and paraprofessional pool to allow these burnt out teachers to catch their breath a little bit and feel equipped and supported in whatever the world throws their way next. I currently serve as the vice chair of the La Mesa Planning Commission, which has given me experience working with city staff. And I think that that's something that will be important to bring to the school board, because school board, will have to be able to talk to city staff, the superintendent and other city staff to see how policies that we enact might, change their day-to-day lives. And make sure that we're supporting things, enacting policies in that support all of our students. So I'm up against a Carl DeMaio and Reform California backed Republican and need all the support I can this November. I've gotten the county Dem party endorsement. I've gotten lots of different endorsements throughout the area. La Mesa City Council members, Colin Parent and Jack Shue, have endorsed me, as well as the current incumbent. I'm really excited that today it was announced that I got the endorsement of San Diegans for gun violence, or not endorsement. I was a gun violence prevention candidate and by the San Diegans for gun violence prevention. And so I need volunteers. I'm out there canvassing now, and we have some fundraisers and events coming up and phone banking coming up. And so I need volunteers for canvassing and for phone banking. And then this Sunday we're having a fundraiser. And I'd love to try and get people to go to that. We have a whole slate for the Mesa Spring-Valley School District. It is me for District 3, and then we have another candidate for District 1 and for District 2. And so we are going to be telling people all about kind of what we plan to do as a slate on the school board. So thank you so much again for having me here today. I'm open for questions or whatever you guys might have.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Coston. I do have a question. For those that are not aware, what's the superintendent's last name again? It's David, but what's his last name again?
It's David Feliciano.
That's right. Superintendent David Feliciano wrote an op-ed stating that we should have armed guards at every single school. And a friend of mine, who I believe is also a friend of yours, but I could be wrong, spoke out against this at a board meeting and then was called into HR to be disciplined for speaking out against an op-ed that a superintendent really had no place to even be writing. And so my question to you is, do you support teachers' rights to speak out against unjust policy and, frankly, op-eds that are designed to be partisan?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one thing that I will say right off the bat, I don't believe that we should have armed law enforcement on our campuses. That's we have enough of a disconnect between and distrust in law enforcement as it is. We don't need kids to feel unsafe on campuses because there's armed law enforcement. That will make some kids feel more unsafe on campus, which kind of defeats the purpose. We need to be finding other ways. And so that's right after that, I want to say that. But also, yeah, absolutely. Teachers need to be able to speak their opinions and be able to, if the superintendent is able to have his opinion voiced in the Union Tribune, teachers should be able to have their opinions voiced at school board meetings or in the Union Tribune or whatnot as well.
Thank you. I want to see if anybody else has questions, but while people are thinking about it and raising their hand, I do want to know, I know that the union participation in La Mesa Spring-Valley is low. And I have a lot of reasons. Okay, go get ready for bed and I'll move. I have a lot of ideas on why that probably is. Some of that I think is probably things that are happening within the district that are frankly not even legal. But what could you do? What is something that you could do or might do or are willing to do or have even thought about that you could really help kind of, I guess, I don't want to say repair the relationship between the union and the teachers, because I don't think that's the problem, but like promote higher union participation. I know that's not necessarily your position, but like what could you do to ensure to teachers that they are going to be safe if they join the union?
Yeah, I think that part of that into that when collective bargaining comes around to the unions, making sure that we are, I support making sure that teachers are safe in their classrooms. I support making sure that, and that goes for all sorts of things. I'm going to support the teachers in what they feel. I have also been talking to a lot of teachers. Most of them are really active in the union, and there's some that aren't active in the union. And I think that that's one of the things that I've been doing on my end, is being able to talk to a wide variety of people. And yeah, it's not my place to necessarily fix union politics, But I think that being able to be that voice for people of the school board is somewhere where you can go and be heard. But I think that making sure that the school board is acting fairly with the union is important in order to be able to kind of, if we're, yeah.
I can tell. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? Or are we all just super eager for city council?
I would like Brianna to post how we can donate to her campaign in the chat, please.
Absolutely. I know that Max has already posted the RSVP, but for the fundraiser this weekend, but then I can also, I'll put a little blurb in there as well.
Yeah, plug all your information in the chat and I'll make sure it gets sent out with our stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.